We should all be utterly horrified by what took place on the streets of Sydney last night. I was there at the protest last night, and I joined the tens of thousands of people who object to the head of state of a country committing a genocide being welcomed and toured around Australia. I'm sure at this point everybody has seen the horrific acts of aggression by members of New South Wales Police Force against innocent people who were present. I've seen that footage of an elderly man with both hands in the air in a position of surrender being punched, a large group of police pursuing people down the street, chasing them, people who had already dispersed who were trying to leave, police repeatedly punching someone who was already lying on the ground, who'd already been tackled to the ground, with two police towering over and punching over and over again. And what I saw with my own eyes last night was decision after decision by the police that made everybody there less safe. There were too many people there last night to fit at Town Hall Square. Police asked people to disperse, to turn back into the crowd when there was no way out the other side. Anyone trying to leave was met with a double row of police and mounted police trying to stop them from leaving. It put people at risk. It created a crowd crush. Now, the police also tried to stop people from marching east to Parliament to protest when the event where the Israeli president was present was at the International Convention Centre, which was actually west. So this idea that allowing people to march would have put anybody at risk is just nonsense. The police assaulted people who were there to provide medical attention. One of our parliamentary colleagues was assaulted and injured by the police last night, who was taking on a role as an observer, who was standing to the side, who was trying not actually to get involved in any of the confrontation and was actually filming the encounter. And you can see in that video just how calm, how rational and how reasonable our colleague was in the face of New South Wales Police, and she was assaulted. If that's how the police who were there last night treated somebody who they knew was a member of Parliament while they knew they were being filmed, it's not hard to imagine how they were treating everybody else. The Premier has said that the police were put in an impossible situation last night. Well, Premier, you put them in that situation. You made law after law restricting protest and our democratic freedoms. This violent clash was the inevitable result. Far from reducing the temperature or the social cohesion that the Premier is supposedly seeking, we now have Trump-style authoritarianism on the streets of Sydney. I've lived in other countries where people have been prosecuted for critiquing those in power. And I remember in those moments feeling proud to be Australian, feeling proud of our free democracy. And the government and the police having the power to decide who gets to protest, when, where and how they get to protest will only ever protect those in power. What happened last night has to be independently investigated. Police investigating themselves cannot deliver justice to those who were assaulted, injured or traumatised at the hands of police last night. And the Labor caucus needs to take a good hard look at itself and the environment they've created in New South Wales by enabling Chris Minns' authoritarian agenda. The best time to reject these anti-protest laws was before they were enacted, and the next best time is now.